Hello and welcome everyone to the Immaterial Gamer live stream, episode 152. We've got me, and we've got that guy, Darius. It actually shows his name right where he pointed too. So, how
Hi
have you been,
everyone.
Darius? It's been a few weeks.
I've been good now. I wasn't that good a few weeks ago, but I'm good now.
Why? What happened?
COVID happened.
Oh, did you actually get it?
Oh yeah,
Oh, I didn't know. Nobody told me nothing.
big, big bad times.
Oh, wow.
So it wasn't pleasant. It wasn't just sitting and playing games. No, 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 my dear friend. It was much more worse.
It's a thing. It really is a thing. It's
Yeah, it happens sometimes, but it does.
How long were you down for from it?
Uh, a whole week I could not hold a controller.
Oh wow.
So
That's
yeah,
that's that's pretty bad.
literally 7 days.
Get vaccinated, people. Wow. Yeah, nobody told me about that. I had no idea. So,
So yeah, well, I didn't really talk to anyone about it. Oh, as you are aware, I wasn't online for that time. So yeah, it kind of
yeah.
die out.
Well, I did kind of wonder where you had been, but that kind of makes sense now.
Under the duvet.
Yeah. Just sleeping it off, basically. That's all you can
Love to
do.
go. Exactly.
So, we'll do what we normally do and start with what's been played. I'm on the left, so I guess I have to start. So
Well then, go for it.
this week, uh, me and Stefan, who decided he didn't want to be here today, how dare he, um, have been playing Minecraft, and we're
What's
playing
Minecraft?
we're playing a mod pack. It's a Direwolf 20 pack, and it's got a lot of tech mods, a lot of magic mods and stuff like that. Sort of up our normal Minecraft mod pack style, and it's kind of nice that we're not in like a sky world anymore. I'm getting really bored of sky
Yeah.
worlds. So there's actually terrain, and I just started messing around with new dimensions and stuff like that. You can actually customize dimensions and stuff um, by trying to add
Okay.
your own resources and stuff into them. The more things you add into them, if they're good things, it can um, it'll put
Break stuff.
it'll either make it cost a hell of a lot of power to keep it maintained, or it can cause, if you don't fill every type of part of the world and you put good stuff in but don't fill all the extra slots in, it has a higher chance to fill those in with negative debuffs. And
Okay.
some of the worlds are pretty mean, um, but it's now that I'm starting to understand it a little bit better, it's not too bad. But yeah, it's a thing, and we're just going around, and some worlds are very, very scary, and some worlds almost destroy the server. So,
Yay, that's a good thing.
uh, no, it's not when you're running at 1 FPS because you teleported into a world that all the lava is trying to flow from like the surface all the way down to the bedrock layer. It's not good at
Still, I
all.
always trying to kill servers.
Yeah, I always kill my Minecraft server. It'll die eventually. It's guaranteed. Guaranteed to die at some point. Other than that, I played League of Legends like we always do, Teamfight Tactics. Or like I always do anyways.
Mhm.
And what else did I play last week? I don't even remember now. I don't think I played anything else. I think that's all I really did. I've been kind of busy. So what about you? What have you played?
What I've been playing. Um, I've been reinstalling my Windows, so playing with Windows, if that counts.
I'm gonna be doing that soon because I'm having been having graphics card issues, but every test I've done says my graphics cards are running fine. So I think there's something corrupted in my Windows communicating, like some sort of driver's broken or something in between. So
Well, it's always a good thing to have clear Windows installations once in a while.
yeah. Well, I
Yeah,
heard some
and
news that I can't go to Windows 11. My processor's not accepted for it.
oh, well, we're gonna talk about it on the news.
Okay.
So apart from this, I've been playing. I finished Life is Strange 2.
Okay. How was that?
I started playing like kind of as soon as it came out, like I don't know, 2, 3 years ago.
All right.
So that's when I bought it. I started playing, finished the first episode, and then I forgot about it. So recently, I just decided to uh, play again. Well, play again, start again, and finish the story.
All right.
Which I did. I completed the game. Um, I did go back to it to get all the collectibles items. However, I did not find it as interesting as previous games to play the story again.
Okay. How,
So I kind of like completed the story,
well, what is it about? Because I
and
don't remember.
the Life is Strange 2 is about two brothers, the older one and the younger one. You are the older one, and you're trying to teach the younger one how to behave. However, it's not so easy because the younger one does get the powers, telekinesis,
Oh.
and by accident he kills his father.
Ouch.
And well, no, go back. Sorry, I lied. And by accident, he kills the cop. Cop kills his dad, and the boys are on the run.
Okay, so
They
they're on their
literally
own.
start running, and at some point they decided to go to Mexico. So they escaping from United States to Mexico
Mexico.
or Mexico, however you want to say. And yeah, and the game is about the choices, whether you're gonna choose good or bad. You don't know. You're just trying to figure it out. Um, but instead of like in the previous games, you could have like 2, 3 different end game outcomes. Here is a little bit more of them. Um, it's mainly involving, let's say, 2, 3 main lines, and then in addition to it, you have that either the younger brother will follow you or not.
Okay. So basically, your life
So,
choices will choose whether or not.
so yeah, basically, yes. You at the end of the game, you have 3 main endings with which makes them 6 because it depends whether the brother will escape with you or not.
All right.
And yeah, well, it's sometimes sad, it's sometimes funny. However, I didn't find it as interesting as the previous 2 games, Life is Strange 1 and Before the Storm. So, I don't know how to feel about it, to be honest. It was
Yeah.
still alright. It was still alright. Uh, but yeah, I will be waiting for the next one, the True Colors. So hopefully they will kind of improve on the second one, go back to the first one. In my opinion,
Yeah. So you're a
I
bigger fan of the
I would be
first.
happy about it. Yeah, I think maybe one of the things which put me off from this one is the fact that I was not in the control of the powers of the character with the powers.
Oh. So basically, you're the only way you're in control, from what I kind of get what you're saying, is like your decisions will choose how he uses his powers, kind of thing.
Yes.
That's yeah.
You could tell your brother, okay, lift that, or don't lift it, or say nothing, because that's still an option, and then something will happen. But you didn't have that much control like you had in the first one, where you could reverse time.
Oh, you could reverse time.
You
That's
could, yeah, the first one you could reverse the time. Max was able to create like a butterfly effects. So she chose something has happened, then she go back and do something different.
okay.
However, she had like, let's say, a 30 seconds of that time, which she could traverse.
Yeah. So you couldn't just go
But
like,
anyway, at the end of the game, a kind of cool thing happened. Well, when you're starting the game, you're going across information, mural, whatever you want to call it, which says in memory of uh, Canadian Bay. So that's the first city which you kind of destroyed or saved, depending how the story went on the first game.
okay.
So that was cool. However, until the very end of the game, there was not much mention about the previous game until you met a stepdad of Chloe, if I'm correct. No, Chloe. And that was a kind of for me, a great moment to realize, oh, you are a fucking douche from the previous game. Because he was a bad dude.
Was he?
So yeah, that was a really nice touch from the previous games. And to be honest, this is what I've been playing for the past kind of week or so. Have you played anything else or just those two games?
Yeah, I still don't remember if I've played anything else. I think I literally only played that this week. Yeah.
Anything on your phone?
Oh, I've played some stupid fucking idle games on my phone, like I always do, but I don't know. They're not even worth talking about. I just sort of click a few buttons, then close my phone and let it do whatever it's gonna do. Um, but yeah, I'm looking at the
Yeah, similar.
news. I'm looking at the news, and everything is Windows 11, Windows 11, Windows 11, Windows 11.
Yeah, that's kind of like headline of the past few days.
Yeah, it's. I don't know, man.
Uh,
I don't know if my computer has TPM2 or not. Well, let's do the little transition. News.
well, with that, it's kind of two-way thing. Once it can be built in already, either to your motherboard or CPU.
Yeah,
Secondly, you can add it on your own if
your motherboard
you
supports
are
it.
one of them. If your CPU will be supporting it.
Yeah.
So
I
basically,
know.
you need you need to have a CPU from at least, I mean, top 4 years ago
Yeah.
and no earlier.
I know. I was listening to a video and it said if you have Intel, you need to be 5th gen or newer to have the TPM built into the chip.
Right. I went
Um,
through the list of the. I saw a list somewhere. Uh, and as I can think, if I can remember correctly, you need to have on the 8th generation of CPUs, and they are considering the 7th generation, if I'm correct.
well, I just watched a video that basically said what CPUs have TPM 2.0.
Okay. So okay.
And for Intel, it was 5th gen and up. Intel put that in on their 5th gen. Uh, what's it called? The 5th gen. I'm having a brain fart. Their main line, like the i7, the i5, and the i3, 5th gen and up. all had that. For AMD, what I'm reading is the Ryzen 1000 series or 7th gen Ryzens are being um, they're being tested to see if it's gonna be compatible, and they may end up adding it to the compatibility list.
Okay.
Um,
Well, anyway, regardless of which CPU it's going to be compatible or not, I'm still thinking that's kind of a shady move from them.
it's a very
Because
strange move for them because usually they want everybody and they want as many people to have it as possible.
exactly, and right now it's kind of feel like they want to push you to buy completely new hardware.
Yeah. Which,
And to be honest, if you do have like i7 from even more than 4 or 5 years ago, it's still alive and kicking.
yeah, like me. I'm a 4th gen i7, which means I
Right.
don't have I'm pretty sure I've never actually looked yet, but I'm pretty sure my processor does not have TPM 2.0
Okay.
in it, and I don't know if my motherboard has it. I could probably search it up. It is a pretty nice motherboard, but I don't know. I know it can be built into the motherboard, it can be built into the processor. There's a couple tiers of where it can be. But
Yeah, for
yeah,
a while there was like a health check for Windows 11. I still kind of do have it. Uh, However,
I
they
never
pull
even
it down because yeah, they pulled it down because it just says either your PC is compatible with it or not, and they get a big backlash of it.
yeah,
So they
they
took it
wouldn't tell
down.
you why it wasn't
Yes,
compatible. I remember seeing a video on that too, basically saying it just would say your computer does not meet the minimum requirements
exactly.
and
Which is
no
to me
reason
that's a
why.
stupid. You don't say why, and I would like to know exact specific reasons for it.
Yeah.
Okay, I can assume why it is, but still.
But I see a lot of news articles on it, and
Oh yeah, there's
they've
everywhere.
reclarified their minimum PC requirements.
Mhm.
It no longer just says TPM 2.0. Um, so even if you have 2.0, you may not be compatible still.
Yeah.
They've now are limiting certain CPUs, um,
Yep.
certain generations of CPUs, sort of like what you were saying. Um, it doesn't say anything about Intel's, um, but it's definitely talking about AMD. Um, like I said, the Ryzen 1000 series or the 7th generation of the Kaby Lake range isn't listed as a win for Windows 11. Um, so right now they're not accepted. And if I'm not mistaken, that's not that old of a processor. So
No, 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 no. I think that they just they prematurely throw the requirements on it before finalizing the product.
yeah, I think
Because
what
we
they're
still got like I don't know 5 months or so before they release it,
yeah, they said by
so they
holidays.
could like yeah they could like kind of I don't know think
It
it through basically and
yeah, I think a lot of it's also they don't want
finalize what they want from people of having for it instead of just hey that we planning on new windows this season. However, you need to have this and that.
yeah,
Oh, sorry, no, you also need this and that. And 2 weeks later, oh, sorry, you remember we say that? No, you actually need this and that.
yeah, they might be
That's how
it
I
might
think
be
it's going to be.
I think it's a lot to do with they also don't want people installing it and having hardware incompliances with their program. So
Yeah,
like
I can understand that. Yeah.
it's not fully completed yet, so like they've only have so much compatibility that they don't want to have people that aren't compatible with it.
To use
Oh,
it and complain, hey, that's a shit Windows.
we got some messages, but this
Like
one's getting deleted.
what happened with what was it? Windows Vista, Windows 7.
Yeah, they just don't want people joining or getting it and then having an incompatible system, which will make it unusable, and then get bad remarks and bad responses to it.
Yeah.
Because they don't want. Remember, I think it was Windows XP. Nobody wanted to go to Windows Vista because it got such bad rap right off the hop. So
Yes.
I think they're trying to
Because
avoid something like that.
you needed a really good spec
Well,
to
yeah,
run.
because it was huge. It was a huge graphical upgrade compared to XP, which was so basic.
Well, it was still more advanced than 98.
Oh yeah. Well, they're always more advanced, but computers were growing so fast back then that they were building systems for the future. They weren't building systems for the past. And maybe that's what they're doing again. Computers are growing are starting to grow at a more faster rate again. So maybe they're aiming to grow for the future. And anybody who has a computer that's in the past, like me, might have to stay with Windows 10. I don't know. But eventually Windows 10 is not longer going to be supported, and then they're going to force me to update.
Well, let's hope it will.
I feel kind of bad because there's a guy speaking in Spanish. I think it's Spanish in our chat, and I don't know what he's saying. I don't understand Spanish, and I feel really bad. But
use the Google Translator.
actually, that's an idea. Let's see. Can I copy and paste the chat? Yes, I can.
No, nothing.
The Golcha sends you a. Alright, so he's sending me a greeting. Hello, whoever you are. Sorry, I don't speak Spanish.
Don't Twitch have like an auto translate function?
I don't think it does. I'm using. I read it through the OBS layout, so maybe it doesn't. And now my girlfriend says she sees me. It's very creepy. She's sitting behind me, so yes, she does see me. But yeah. So I'm hoping that this Windows 11 thing, um, this Windows 11 thing, yeah, Stefan now sees us too. Hoping that this Windows 11 thing goes goes better. But like I said, it might just be a big push towards newer and upgraded systems, which kind of makes sense because what they're requiring is a higher secured system. TPM protects your processors and stuff like that. It's like it's
For me,
an
they want
encryption algorithm basically.
for me, they want, well, maybe not them, but kind of like Intel wants them to go around with to not have the another Spectre issue.
Yeah, yeah. And
so that they were what they're trying to do is when their hacks happens or there will be some vulnerabilities in the system, they will, instead of blaming Windows or Intel architecture, they will start blaming TPM. That's kind of my points on the whole thing.
yeah, I guess. I don't know. It's just I hope it goes. I hope it might just be like a phase right now, where they're trying to make sure like people that get it. It could be partially that they don't want Windows 11 getting leaked as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I said, the TPM is sort of like an onboard encryption.
Yes, it is. 2056 bits,
Yeah.
if I'm correctly, which is breaking a lot.
Yeah. You need a quantum computer to breach it basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, like so maybe it's to try to protect the system from getting breached, even though it's already been sort of breached as it is. But that's why they're releasing it so quickly. It got released or it got breached, so they decided, fuck it, we're gonna make it more available. And yeah, uh, but I'm hoping that they relax it a little bit because, like I said, as of right now, I don't think I'm compatible. I haven't searched my
Well,
motherboard
definitely
yet.
not compatible. No, I will need the upgrade. I was thinking about the upgrade from some time right now, and that might make me to push it for
Yeah,
earlier
I'm in
upgrade.
the same boat. Like, if my hardware issues that I'm having with the graphics cards, it could be part of my maybe a little bit of my CPU is broken. Like it's just not working properly anymore because it's so old, or maybe part of my graphics cards are not responding properly or something like
Mm-hmm.
that. I did a big, I did an almost a reset of Windows, but I didn't reinstall. I basically just disabled a lot of programs and stuff like that, and basically made it almost like it was running new without reinstalling entirely. Because
Yeah.
I haven't made a decent backup of my files and stuff like that, and I don't want to lose anything. But I'm thinking of just formatting all but one of my hard drives because I
Well,
have.
I formatted all of my hard drive right now.
I'm debating whether or not, like, I don't have anything installed besides some
Just to make
games.
sure that, yeah, the issues which I was having will be not related to anything
Yeah,
hardware related.
I am tempted to do that as well. I just
Do
really don't want
it.
to lose. I just don't want to lose
Do
everything.
it. Do it now.
All right, I'll do it right now, right in the middle of this podcast.
Right now, exactly.
And everything, just all of a sudden my screen goes blank. Pretty. So, is there anything else in the news though? Because everything I'm is literally Windows 10 or Windows 11, Windows 11, and
Well, to be honest, there was not much news this few weeks. This
no,
week, basically. Nothing what I can think of. And yes, I do get them, notifications every single basically day in the morning. But as
yeah.
far as I know, Windows 10, there is some PlayStation 5 upgrades for games coming out. Uh, so apparently, Great for it won't get PlayStation 5 upgrade,
Oh,
which is sad. They finished Cyberpunk 2077. I mean, it's right now in the state according to the
finished,
developers.
quote quote.
I mean, it's in the what did they say? Acceptable state, satisfying state. Sorry, it's in the satisfying state. So I would not, from this point now, I would not be. Well, it's coming back to PlayStation Store. So at this moment, I will not be looking for a great improvement. There will be still improvements. Don't take me wrong. They will still be upgrading it, but not on the pace as they're doing right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, more games announced for ray tracing, like Doom Eternal, which is good. Always, it's nice to have that free upgrade for better graphic. If you can snatch any good graphic cards, which
Yeah.
I was not able to.
Yeah, well right now, especially that whole fucking crypto grind that's going on right now.
Yeah.
Uh at least at least Nvidia is trying. They're pumping out the TI cards that have um, less memory on them,
Mm-hmm.
and it's helping because the main reason that they've been limited on supply of graphics cards is there's not enough silicon for the memory. There's been a
Yeah.
silicon shortage, so they're producing these cards that are producing equivalent, like the 3080 Ti is able to produce almost as well as the 3090. Um, it just doesn't have as much RAM. So if you're gonna do like 8K gaming or something like that, you may run into RAM issues. But if you're just doing 4K or less, you're not gonna notice any difference. You're gonna get a little bit of a performance boost. because the system's actually slightly faster. The less RAM, the easier it is for it to flash through
Well,
it.
actually, uh, according to NVIDIA website, the TI 3080 have 12 gigs of RAM,
Yeah, and the
and the
3090.
standard 3080 have 10 gigs of RAM. So basically, they are upgrading it.
No, I'm saying it's comparable to the 3090 though.
Oh yes, in the terms of performance, yes,
Yeah,
always the TI are a little bit they're on the kind of same level as the
tier up of the
one
previous.
up from
Yeah,
the previous gen. That's almost always the truth with them.
yeah. It's got. I think the 3090 had something like 16 or 24 gigabytes of RAM.
Yeah, I think so.
That's the
16, I would
only.
say 16.
Yeah, that's the only thing that it had more of than the 3080 Ti. And
Yeah,
but when you benchmark it, it beat the 3090 Ti in almost everything. Like I said,
okay.
the only time that the 3090 will benefit is if you can play something that requires more than 12 gigabytes of RAM, video RAM, which is ridiculous. Like you have to be
Well,
doing
which to
8K.
be honest, even if you are playing, yeah, if you play on a 8K, then maybe you will stretch it to 12 gigs of RAM. But under no circumstances any gaming will
Yeah,
require that much
they
power.
basically said that the specs that they put onto.
Gaming development or CAD softwares or other things like that, yes, they will benefit from it, but
Yeah, they basically said it's
not
better for a
games. You
workstation
don't
almost.
need if you're playing for around 4K, 10 and less RAM is
Yeah, you like I think my graphics cards have 4 gigs of RAM each, so I have a total of 8 gigs, and I've never touched that. But I only do 10K or 1080p. Sorry, 10K. I wish I was doing 10K gaming. That'd be insane. But yeah, yeah. News wise,
well,
Windows 11 is the news. That's it.
yeah, Windows 11 is the news. Let's hope the silicon electronic stock will improve soon because I need to upgrade.
Yeah, I would like a graphics card. I'm still a 970, so. But I was looking at when I seen the 30s coming out, the 30 series. I was
Yeah,
looking at getting one, and then I found out that it wouldn't even really benefit my system because my processor's so old. So it was like there's no point. So basically, what I have to do is I have to do a full upgrade, which kind of sucks. But it is what it is, and maybe I'll try to save up some money, and when there's availability on these goddamn graphics cards, I'll try to swipe up a graphics card and then build the rest of the PC around it once I can.
that's what.
Because there's no point in me getting there's really no point in me upgrading my processor if I can't get a new graphics card. Like there's just no point. So I'll grab a graphics card and then try to build the system around it as I go because the rest of the stuff's available. Everything else is available.
Yeah, just
So
the GPUs is not.
yeah,
Well, I need money first, then I will think about what I'm gonna upgrade.
yeah. Well, I have to give Nvidia and stuff like that a little bit of a props because they are trying to stop the crypto miners from abusing them. They're putting in
Yeah,
like anti crypto mining blocks into the cards to make them not work very well for crypto mining and stuff like that. So at least they're trying to, but these crypto companies are easily able to override those systems and stuff like that. So there's not much they can do, but they are trying. They're trying to produce more cards to compete with the demand, but like I said, there's only so much they can do. So
well, let's hope they will improve. So that's all what I can say.
yeah. All right. Well, I think that's about it. So unless you have anything else you want to talk about. We've missed you for a few weeks, quite a few weeks, but glad to hear
I
you're
know
better.
you've missed me for quite a few weeks. I'm better. I'm back. Hopefully, I will be on the chat, on the podcast, and everything around it much more often now.
Woo!
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
Oh, by the way, when this is it's airing right now, isn't it?
What's that?
Now, I was gonna ask when this is gonna air, when we're gonna post it on YouTube or anything. I mean, it's
It
live
will be
now,
posted
so
tomorrow on YouTube, but it's
yeah,
live right now.
tomorrow. Okay.
So yeah, it should be up. Usually our video or our podcasts are updated onto YouTube today, but we usually go live yesterday. But everything happened all of a sudden yesterday. I had
A
a big dinner.
delay.
Well, we've had quite a few of those where it comes out on the Tuesday instead of, or, yeah, like it comes out. Well, we do the live on a Tuesday.
Hmm.
So, yeah, it
Oh
is what
well.
it is. But yeah. So yeah, if you like what you see, like, follow, and subscribe. Um, there's audio versions of this podcast that are going to be available on every streaming platform, anywhere you can get a podcast. And yeah, send us a message. We'll get back to you. Tell us you hate us, tell us you love us, whatever you want to do. We're here to listen. Have a good one, everybody.
Bye bye.